This is my Grandfathers Leica M6, and I've shot over 400 rolls of film with it. And this is my go-to day-to-day setup for when I'm not shooting a specific project, but I want my camera with me. So let's start with the highly functional strap. This is an owl crown adjustable. I am a very big fan of this. I even put it on my director's camera, the red Komodo. It is absolutely amazing. Again, adjustable straps are the way to go because you can have it as a crossbody or an over the neck and just keep it short and tight. Then attached to the owl crown strap, I always have my Reform Film Lab secondary film pouch. This is just an extra roll of film that I like to have with me at all times. You never know what story you're going to come across or just a quick street photography session because you're inspired by the lighting around you. And I always like to have one extra roll of film, want to be able to shoot for my project. I don't always recommend carrying an extra roll of film with you if you're not going out on a project specifically. The whole point of shooting on film is to be a little bit more disciplined with your trigger. This is much more specific to my need case where I never know if I'm going to come across a story and I want to shoot it for the project. Then on top, I have a soft shutter release from Owl Crown as well. Very big fan of this. And then for the lens, I've got the Brighton Star 28mm f2.8. It's a little bit too sharp in my opinion around the edges at like 4 and 5/6. So I do sometimes wish there was a little bit more character to it, but what it lacks in character, it makes up for in portability by far. The lightest, easiest lens to use. My grip that comes out is actually larger than the lens. Just to be able to bring my camera around and possibly document something through my daily life, this is the ultimate winner because you're going to use it. I've had other lenses, I have many other lenses currently that I try to use as much as possible, but guess what? This is the lightest, this is the easiest to work with, so I always revert back to using this lens. When I got to roll 150, I started getting tired of constantly cocking the camera. I know it's part of the charm, I know it's part of using an M6, and people are gonna say, well, if you don't wanna do it, just get a regular camera. I know there are other options, but this story that I'm telling is about creativity with my Grandfather's Leica M6, and I want to keep on using his camera, and this was a way to make it easier to use, especially for portraits. When I have my camera up like this, I kept on having to move it down out of eye line, cock it, whereas in studios, I can just keep it up, going and taking portraits as much as possible. That said, you do have more rolls of film at the end of the day. There's still discipline that needs to be had. It is incredibly fast and easy to take photos when it's like that. So if you ever wondered what I take most of my photos on, it's this camera, my Grandfather's Leica M6.